Hi, Samantha. How are you? What did you have for dinner tonight? I haven't eaten dinner yet tonight, Samantha. Hi, Kivia. Welcome in. How are you? What did you have for dinner tonight, Samantha? What's everybody working on right now? Hi, Kelly. How are you? Hi, Karen. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Thank you so much for being here tonight. Hi, Ashley. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Karen says she's doing good, still pushing cookies. Oh, that's awesome, Karen. Samantha, I'm working on my shawl right now. Oh, thank you so much, Karen. I truly appreciate that. Um, Karen asked, "Are you going to share your cancer story?" Sure, I can. Let's see. I was diagnosed with leukemia in, let's see, I was diagnosed in 2011. I was 24 years old. And how I actually got diagnosed was I actually got an infection on the big toe of my right foot. Um, and so my parents had took me to they took me to care now, because of course we didn't know what it was, and with me being born with spina bifida, um, I don't have any feeling in my feet, so of course I didn't notice the wound on my foot, and of course I didn't know how long it had been there until the day that I had noticed the infection on my foot. So the doctor at Care Now gave me an antibiotic for to help with any kind of infection, and he also gave me some kind of cream to put on the wound on my foot. Um, about a week later, the, um, the infection on my foot still didn't heal. So I went back a week later, and I got some blood work done. And at that point, he had asked me if I was a diabetic, and I said no. And he's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm absolutely positive I'm not diabetic." He's like, okay." So we go ahead and do the blood work, and we wait for the results to come. Yes, Samantha, I am. So we wait for the blood work to come back, and the following weekend, he calls me, and I'm at my cousin's house, and I was in the shower, so I didn't hear the phone ring. But my cousin tells me after I get out of the shower, she's like, "Hey, Sharice, your phone's been blowing up like crazy." She's like, "I don't know who it was, so I didn't answer." I was like, "Okay." So I checked the voicemail, and it's a voicemail from the doctor. And so he's like, "Hey, I need you to call me back immediately. This is an emergency." And so it's like, okay. So he's like, "Hey, where are you at?" I was like, I'm not at home." I was like, "I'm at my cousin's house." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Well, I need you to have your mom come pick you up and take you to the hospital here in Fort Worth." And I was like, "Okay, why? What's going on?" And he's like, "I believe you have leukemia." He's like, "Your results came back showing that you have leukemia." And I was like, "Oh my goodness." So we get to the hospital, and of course, we get to the ER. And of course, when you go to the ER and you just, tell the people at the ER that you have cancer, and they're looking at you, of course, they're going to look at you like you're nuts, because, you're just, they can't just take your word for it, of course, you know what I mean? So they have to run their own test to be sure, that you do, in fact, have, what you're saying that you do have. So they run the test the first time, it comes back negative. Then they run the test the second time. It comes back positive. Hi, Aisha. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you saying that. And so he runs the test the second time. It comes back negative. Then he runs it the third time. It comes back positive. And so we're like, okay. So I'm like, by this time, I'm like, we've got two negatives and a positive. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, this time, doc, I'm like, okay. I'm like, I need to be absolutely certain that I do have this, before you let me leave. I'm like, because, I've got one doctor from Care Now, of course, that's telling me that I don't have cancer. And then you're telling me that I don't. And then he's telling me that I do. So I'm like, which is which? You know what I mean? So then they run it a second time at the ER, and it comes back positive. And then they run it a fifth time, and it comes back positive. So now we've got three positives and two negatives. So they're like, okay, we are 100% sure that you have that you have leukemia. So that is that is how my cancer journey started. So I ended up staying. Of course, they didn't let me leave. I ended up staying in the hospital. I was there from I was in the, there from October of 2011 until I actually got treated at two different hospitals. So I got treated one in October from October until January here in Fort Worth, and then from January to March, I was treated at another hospital in Dallas, and that was when I had my transplant, um, my bone marrow transplant. I have a brother, and my brother is my only sibling. And so my brother is was my donor for my bone marrow transplant, and my brother basically was my only shot at survival at this point because the cancer was pretty aggressive. So basically, if I needed a transplant, my chances of survival of of having to wait for a bone marrow transplant from somebody else, if my sibling wasn't a match, were were pretty slim of me surviving this cancer. So they tested my brother, and my brother came back as 100% a perfect match, which was a huge blessing. Um, because, like I said, I mean, they were talking about my cancer. I probably had leukemia for a good 6 months before um, they had ever caught it. So my chances, I needed a bone marrow transplant pretty quickly, and so that's the reason why I didn't stay on chemo for very long, and I didn't stay. Um, my treatment plan was so short is because I needed to go from a short period of time of having chemotherapy, and and then do the bone marrow transplant really quickly. I didn't do any radiation. I just did the chemotherapy only. So that's kind of basically how it went. I had my bone marrow transplant when I was 25, so a little bit after my 25th birthday. So, of course, I spent, my 25th birthday in the hospital. I spent, the holidays in the hospital, which wasn't fun, but, it is what it is. And, but I'm so grateful that I was able to survive, because there's so many people that don't get to survive. And there's so many people that don't get to live. And I'm so grateful that I get to share my story with others and share, the positive side of my journey, and the positive outcome. So that's a little bit about what happened, and of course, it was very trying on my family, of course, um, because I'm my parents' oldest child, so of course, it was definitely hard for the both of them, to see me have to go through that. But my parents are they're both very strong people, and so their support was very, very much needed, and greatly appreciated. And I can't thank my brother enough for what he did for me, because he most definitely did not have to do what he did. He easily could have said no. I mean, because he was definitely at the age where it was definitely most definitely his choice. But I am grateful for that. So that is my cancer story, you guys. Does anybody else have any other questions? Karen says, wow, such strength. You and your brother had to be cancer. My husband was diagnosed with skin cancer. He fought years until it took him at the age of 43. That was 2000. Oh no, Karen, I'm so sorry to hear that. Karen says, thank you for sharing hugs. You're so welcome, Karen. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my story. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for asking. Karen says, I checked out Brianna K. I am in love. Oh, awesome, Karen. I am so glad to hear that. Isn't her website awesome? Thank you so much for letting me know. Yes, Aisha. Aisha says, sorry to hear about your husband, Karen. Yes, so am I, Karen. That's the hard part about cancer, is that it takes so many people's lives. And I think that's the worst part about it, you know, is that it just and it's just so sad. Yes, Karen, you're right. Cancer does suck, but the survivor stories are great. But yes, it does suck. It does. It really does. It really does. I mean, I will totally be rejoicing the day that they actually find a cure for cancer. Samantha asked, "Are you doing?" I don't understand your question, Samantha. Karen says medical science makes improvements and more survive than ever before. Yes, Karen, that is so, so very true. That is so very true. Oh, Samantha, you meant are you done with cancer? Yes, Samantha, I am. I'm cancer free now, Samantha. Karen says St. Jude's has a higher survivor rate, like in the 80% range, I think. Yes, Karen, they do. I love St. Jude's. I think that St. Jude's has an awesome program there. And I think I hear really, really great things about their program there at St. Jude's. And I think it's really, really great what they do there. I especially like how it's how their program at St. Jude's is designed to be, especially for the kids that have cancer, there where there's no cost to the parents. Where those parents can take their children there that have cancer, and they don't have to worry about being charged with a bill. To where those parents never see a bill for trying to help their children beat cancer. And I just think that that is just such a wonderful blessing, you guys. And Karen also says, and St. Jude's shares their knowledge with other medical hospitals too. Yes, Karen, so very true. Yes, they do. And I think that is wonderful, you guys, that they do share their medical knowledge with other hospitals as well. Because cancer, I mean, trying to treat someone with cancer can be literally millions and millions of dollars per person, and that is no joke. And today, I mean, honestly, the average person doesn't really have that kind of money. Karen says yes, not to have that financial burden. The parents have other expenses too. Yes, they do, Karen, and not to mention that these parents, the, they made this child that has the cancer, that child may not be their only child. Some of these parents have, maybe three or four other children, you know what I mean, that they have to provide and that they have to take care of as well. And not only that, they have to take care of themselves, plus, hold down a job, provide for those other kids, keep a roof over their heads as well. Make sure they have food on the table to eat, clothing on their backs. So I mean, it's a lot. You know what, Karen? As a matter of fact, no, I did not because I end up ripping it a lot of it out because I missed several stitches. So actually, it's smaller, but because I'm going back to where I missed some stitches, but I'll get back to where I was at, but it's a lot smaller than it was last night. But I'll get back to where I was, but I'll get back to where I was. I just noticed last night that I missed some stitches, probably because I was talking and doing more talking, and I was talking and you know how you talk and and then you start not paying attention, kind of not paying attention. I probably missed a few stitches. Karen says I started a new hat, excuse me, but need to finish my current one. Oh, Karen, did you find a new hat pattern on the Brianna K website last night? She said, "Oh no, Ribbit, you had two frog." Yes. Which is what I should have done, if I thought about that. But I'll get back to where I was at. Shouldn't take me hopefully too long to fix it. It's just that these stitches are so tiny because I'm using a 4 millimeter. So it's probably why I missed one. So I hope everybody's having a great evening so far. It's almost, well, pretty much almost over, but Karen says, yes, several patterns. I found some on Bag of Day too. I think that is how I found you. Oh, awesome, Karen. So glad to hear that. I'm glad you found several that you like. That is awesome. Well, you'll have to let me know which patterns you try because I'm curious. Samantha, thanks for the link. I subscribed to your channel. We'll check out soon. Okay, awesome. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for subscribing to one another's channels. I appreciate that. Does anybody have any fantastic plans coming up this week? Oh, thank you so much, Kelly. I appreciate that. Karen says, I got out of the habit of crafting during lunch at work. I still need to get back at it. Stress reliever. It sounds good, Karen. Kelly says, no exciting plans. Me either, Kelly. I think this week I'm just gonna probably just crochet a lot. I don't really have anything too exciting going on. think the only major thing is I need to go to the grocery store, but other than that, well, that is major, but because I got to eat. But other than that, not anything really like exciting. Karen says going to a Girl Scout leader meeting Monday. We are learning paint pouring, cookie cookie pushing still. Oh, that sounds like fun, Karen. Paint pouring. So you're a Girl Scout leader, Karen? That's awesome. Kelly asked, I'm sorry, Kelly, how are the cookies selling? That's a good question, Kelly. Karen says, yes, 60 years old and Girl Scout leader for daughter who is 7. She is a foster we got to keep. That's wonderful, Karen. That's awesome. Karen says, almost done with cookies now. Just need to make sure all of the money is accounted for a deposit. A deposit. Kelly asked, are people buying a lot of cookies these days? Karen says, "Oh yes, some complaints about the girls not getting a lot of the money, but they aren't cookies we can make at home in our own kitchen. LOL." Is that complaints from the parents, Karen? The parents of the girls that are in the troop? No complaint. Karen says no complaints from purchasers. Okay, gotcha. Kelly says, "I see, and of course, yes, so do I." Well, to be honest, Karen, I was shocked by the amount that money that you told when you told us last night. How little the girls really do receive because, to be honest, I thought it was a lot more than what you said last night. So I was kind of shocked that they didn't receive more than that. Karen says 7-year-old had to have a pickle snack. Karen says, "LOL." Yeah. Oh, before I forget it, you guys, don't forget that Kelly from Kelly Creates is having her pod. It's her 1 year podversary here on YouTube on at Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't forget to join Kelly from Kelly Creates on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sorry. So Kelly is having her 1 year podversary here on YouTube. So don't forget to join Kelly for that. That should be a lot of fun. That's this Tuesday. So Kelly's going to be doing her podversary on Tuesday, so that will be fun. Yes, that is Kelly Creates. Yes, yes, Karen, that's Kelly Creates. Yep. So I'll be looking forward to that. So hopefully you guys can make it to that on Tuesday. While I'm thinking about that. So Kelly's had her channel. It'll be a year, I think, on Tuesday. Yeah, which is super super cool. That's going to be a lot of fun. I think she's doing some giveaways. I think the giveaways are going on now. She has a video posted on her channel about the giveaway. So if you want to go to her channel and check out um, the video, she's got some giveaways going on right now. Also as well. So if you guys are interested in that, be sure to check out her video that she posted on her channel. I know she's got some pretty cool prizes that she's given away, and several other content creators have donated some prizes as well. So if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, you guys be sure to head over to her channel, check out all of that fun stuff. So does anybody have anything interesting going on for their channel this week? Those of you that are content creators. Kelly says, I missed my 1 year anniversary. Oops. When was your 1 year anniversary, Kelly? Karen says, sorry, I was making strawberry milk for Little Princess. Thanks for the info on Kelly Creates. You're welcome, Karen. Okay, Kelly. Kelly says, I believe it's 2:15. Okay, awesome. That's cool, Kelly. Day after Valentine's Day. So I'm going to try to have some more videos posted this week on the channel. I know I didn't do a good job of doing that last week. I should have a Wood Wednesday video coming up for this Wednesday. Um, and so hopefully I'll get that recorded and up by this upcoming Wednesday. And I've got a few yarn hauls that I've got to put up this week. So those videos should be coming out on the channel. So be looking forward to those videos this week, and then we'll have a live on Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it'll be right before Callie creates this live. And that one, we will end, that one will end it kind of early. So that way we can head over to Kelly Creates by 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And so that'll be that on Tuesday. And then I'll have another live on Saturday at 12 noon Central Standard Time. And then we'll meet back again on Sunday at 8, okay? So that's kind of the schedule that I have planned for this upcoming week, as far as like lives and kind of general video schedule. And then if I think of some more videos in between, then I'll try to add those in. And then I might add a pop-up live or something like that if I can this week. But yeah, that's basically kind of what I've got planned for this week, you guys. Karen says, I was just going to ask you about lives. Okay. Yes, Karen, I'm on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. Sundays at 8, Tuesdays at 5, and Saturdays at 12 noon, all Central Standard Time. And usually it stays the same every week, unless, life gets in the way and unless I have to move it. But I usually will let you guys know in a pretty good, decent amount of time if I have to move the live schedule, the live stream. But usually it will stay pretty consistent on those days and on those times. Okay, Karen? So that's just a little FYI. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we are coming up here on about an hour tonight. I'm not going to hold you guys up very long tonight because I know some of you guys have got to go to work tomorrow. Get up early and go to work tomorrow. So I'm not going to hold you guys for very long tonight. But just wanted to say thank you guys so much for being here tonight. And thank you all so much for joining me for my Cancerversary live tonight. I truly, truly appreciate you all being here so, so very much. I hope each and every one of you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I hope that you all will join me again on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And, oh, it's okay, Kelly. I just appreciate you being here, Kelly. So thank you so much. Karen says, I told YouTube to send me a reminder when you went live today, but it didn't work. Oh, it didn't, Karen? I'm so sorry that it didn't, that you didn't get the notification. Karen says, happy to celebrate with you. Thank you so much, Karen. And thank you all so much again for being here, and hope you guys have a wonderful week. And I hope to see you guys again on Tuesday. You guys have a great night, okay? And I'll see you guys soon, okay? All right. Good night, everybody.